10 possible terms when making a website using HTML and CSS. Hi, I'm Mark. This is episode 6 of our web development journey. And in this video, we already finished our first project named Learn Basic CSS by Building a Cafe Menu. And I will show you the 10 markup and style sheet languages that I used in this episode. So let's start. First is HR element. You can use HR element to display a divider between sections of different content. So what is the purpose of HR element? In here in our output, this is the HR element. It can make a line divider. You can manipulate the HR element using CSS, and this is the example. Height is 2 pixels and background color is brown, border color is brown. So that's why here in our border or HR element, it's brown and it's more thicker. It's 2 pixels and have a background color brown and a border color brown. And its height is 2 pixels. That's for HR element. And next is padding. You can see examples of padding here. For example, in the menu will cater all of this from here in the division from the start until here. So all of this is the menu. For the menu, we have a padding of 20 pixels for left, right, top, and bottom. So you will see it here. So it will create a padding here in the left side and in the right side, and then on the bottom there's a padding of 20 pixels each. So that's the use of padding. The third term is text align. What is text align? The text align property in CSS is used to set the horizontal alignment of text within an element. So the purpose of text align, for example, in here H1, H2, and paragraph P, text align is centered. So if you can see here, this is H1. So it is centered. So for the default of all the P's, because we also in H1 and H2. So here, this is H1. It is centered except this because this have a class. So it will have a specific CSS for this P element. Coffee is H2 and H2 is centered also. That's why it is in the middle. And dessert is also in H2. Text align can manipulate the text and where you can put the text if it is going to left, right, or center. Next is number 4. Max width. By the way, max width is a property and this one is a value. Max width property in CSS is used to set the maximum width of an element, limiting element max width. Max width property prevents an element from becoming wider than a specified value. Responsive design. Max width is particularly useful in responsive web design. So here in the menu, so the max width here is 500 pixels. So when you go to the menu, this is the maximum width of the menu, 500 pixels. It will not, even if you will minimize it, it's the same. It's 500 pixels. That's the use of max width. Number 5 is A visited. This is number 5 for our terms. A is an element. And this one is a pseudo class, hover, visited. So I will explain this this text here. This is a selector so that it refers to in the HTML anchor for this one. We made an anchor of this link. So it will manipulate this link in CSS. So you can manipulate that link. So visited. If this link is visited, it will color black. This is it. If we visit this site, oh yeah, it will turn to black. The hover effect is, for example, in this line, anchor and hover. So this code is for visited. If you visit a website, then for example in this one, if you click this, it will turn black. And for the hover, that code, this one hover, the color will turn brown if you point your cursor in the link. For example, here, if you point your cursor here, it will make the color of this text into brown. That's the use. So active, also brown. Active is brown. Number 8 is fallback font. This is the example of fallback. Fallbacks are used in instances the initial is not found available. Example, font family, impact. In CSS, a fallback is a method of ensuring that your style still render correctly if a particular feature or value is not supported by the browser. Fallbacks are used to provide an alternative style or behavior when the primary choice isn't available. So the use of fallback is you will put a first value here. For example, for the font is impact. If impact is not available, then it will use a Arial narrow bold. Or if Arial narrow bold is not available again, it will go to the third one. It's the sans serif. So it is an alternative for the first value you inputted. That's the use of fallback. Oh, by the way, if you know someone else who is also studying HTML and CSS, feel free to tag them in the comments below. It would be great to learn together and support each other in this journey. Thanks for your time. Number 9, we will explain this item p curly braces and then the properties and values. It will manipulate the P inside the item. For example, here, this is the class item and this is the P. It will manipulate all of the text and it will manipulate the flavor and the price. For example, here, this is the items, including the name, the flavor, and the price. This is the flavor and the price. For example, here I manipulate the text and the margin, also in the bottom, and the font size. So I manipulate the font size of this one, the margin here, and also the text size. And lastly is inline-block. This one, this value inline-block. What is inline-block? Inline-block value makes the element behave like an inline element. This one, if you will not use inline-block, this text and this price, the price will go down here. So if you use the inline-block, it will not create a new line. Does not start a new line. Oh, so that's the use of inline-block. If this text and number don't have inline-block, this number will go down here. So you need to have an inline-block on this so that it will this two P element will have the same line. So they're in line to each other. That's the use of inline-block. And that's all for our 10 terms used in this video, and hope I explain it better, and I hope you understand. And see you in the next episode. If you enjoy content like this, make sure to hit that follow or subscribe button below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode. Peace.